Despite growing concerns over excessive digital screen media use in young children, no one is actually asking children about their experience of this because we don't have a way to measure it. Most young children, aged 5 to 8, spend several hours a day using digital devices. Overuse can become problematic when it begins to function similar to an addiction. This can have significant impacts on the mental health and well-being of young children and their families. Because of this, understanding problematic media use and the potential impacts that it might be having on child development is critical. However, currently there are no psychometric tools that allow us to capture and measure a child's perspective of this. Researchers have dismissed the ability of young children to share their own experiences, despite evidence that tells us children can report and reflect on their own perspectives. I'm developing a novel self-report measure to capture a child's reflection of their own digital media use. But how does an adult create a measure that captures the experiences of a child? Well, it turns out you just go and ask them. I'm utilising a participatory approach to co-design a measure for children aged 5 to 8 that's engaging and that's reflective of their experience of the world around them. Each item or question on the measure will be represented not by a traditional written worded statement conceived by an adult, but by an animation that's been co-designed with young children to reflect their experience of problematic media use. I've already met with 2 classes of children in years 1 to 4 to get some initial ideas for the animations. Children described in detail regular deception and sneaking of device use, constant preoccupation, and the physical health consequences of overuse. In small groups, the children completed some annotated drawing exercises. The picture in the middle of the slide is a drawing done by a child showing them in bed using their iPad. They told me the following story. So it's nighttime. I'm allowed my iPad after dinner, but I stuck it up my shirt and I ran upstairs. I hid it down the side of my bed. And when my parents went to bed, I pulled it out. They didn't catch me. I used this story directly to create the animation for our item about child deception. Once all the other initial animations are complete, we'll return to these students for some further feedback and refinement before then coming back later in the year to pilot the full measure with some additional classes. By actively including children in the design process, this new measure should be highly acceptable, understandable, and most importantly, it should accurately reflect their experience of problematic media use. Future researchers will be able to use this measure to more comprehensively understand problematic media use and the potential impacts on child development. Thank you.